All right, so 54, last page of the review, says which line is not skew to VU. Remember, skew means that it does not intersect, but because it does not share a plane, it's not parallel. So VU is the line we're looking at. That is this line here. Extend it. Okay. All right. So UY is here. UY is not skew because it intersects with it. Okay. SW is skew. See, it goes behind it. It would never intersect. TX also behind it, not parallel, would never intersect. WZ is also skew because it's down here. So UI is the answer. It's the only one that is not skew. Okay, it actually intersects with it. Okay, there could also be, if they gave us another line, just so I can show you a different way it could not be skew, ST, even though it doesn't intersect with VU, would not be skew as well. It's a parallel line. Number 55, measure of angle 3 is 137. Wants us to find the measure of angles 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so angle 3 and angle 1 should be the same because they're vertical angles. They're congruent. So angle 1 would be 137. Angle 3 is 137, makes a linear pair with angle 2, and so that means they should add up to 180, and so that makes this 43. And angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles, so that should also be 43. Scoot up here. Alright. Alright, number 56, it says for the figure below, the measure of angle RST is up here, is 2x plus 16. Okay, measure of angle SRT is 5x, SRT 5x, and the measure of angle STU is 8x. Find the value of x. Remember that the exterior angle is the sum of its two remote interior angles, and so 8x equals 5x plus 2x plus 16. So 8x equals 7x plus 16. That means that x will equal 16. Number 57 asks us to find the value of x. In order to find the value of x, this is our polygon angle sum theorem. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. And so to find out how much all these angles should add up to, we do the number of sides minus 2 times 180. So 5 times 180, which gives us 900. Okay, so that's 900, and then we can add all these angles together. I'll use a calculator for that. A lot of numbers there. And so I'll do 129 plus 127 plus 126 plus 119 plus 133 plus 136. Okay, so far the angles that we have add up to 770, so all these add up to 770. 770 plus x should give us 900. Subtract 770 from both sides. That means x is 130 degrees. Or x is 130. Sorry, that angle is 130 degrees. Number 58 says classify the triangle by its sides and angles. Okay, so this is an isosceles triangle. We can see that by the marks there, the hashes there. So we know it's isosceles. Okay, remember the types of triangles by sides. We can call it scalene if none of the sides are the same. Isosceles if two of the sides are the same, and equilateral if all three are. The base angles here should be the same because of our isosceles triangle theorem. So 70, 70, 40. So this is an isosceles and an acute triangle. Acute because all the angles are less than 90. If the angles were 90, it would be a right triangle. If we had one angle that was greater than 90, it would be an obtuse triangle. Alright, going back up to the top for number 59. Number 59 says the measure of the base angles of an isosceles triangle are 4 times larger than the measures of its vertex angle. What is the measure of each angle of the triangle? Okay, so have an isosceles triangle. They say the measure of the base angles are 4 times larger than the vertex angle. So I'll just say we don't know what the vertex angle is, x. The base angles are going to be the same as 4 times larger than the vertex angle. And so what we have here is we have 4x plus x, that's 9x, equals 180. So we find that x is 20. Okay, so we know that the measure of the vertex angle is 20 degrees, and the measure of the base angles are going to be 80 degrees each. Number 60 says match the point of concurrency with the corresponding lines. The circumcenter is made up of the perpendicular bisectors, so that's D. The incenter is made up of the angle bisectors, that's C. The orthocenter is made up of the altitudes, that's B. And the centroid is made up of the medians, that's A. Number 61 says find the value of x if AC equals 16. This is our segment addition postulate. We know that AB plus BC equals AC. So 3x plus 2 plus 5x minus 10 equals 16. Combine our like terms, 8x minus 8 equals 16, or 8x equals 24, which means that x is 3. Number 62 says identify the hypothesis and the conclusion of the statement. I'm going to underline the hypothesis and circle the conclusion. Remember, the hypothesis is the part of the statement that follows the if portion. So, if you are not from Indiana, then you are not a Hoosier. Hypothesis here, you are not from Indiana. Conclusion is you are not a Hoosier. Hoosier, I don't know how, Hoosier. Okay. Number 63, find the measure of angle TQM. Okay. So this is the angle addition postulate. They tell us that RQM is 90 by this mark here. And so we should know that RQT, 3x plus 4, plus TQM, 2x minus 9, equals 90. Again, add our like terms together. We have 5x minus 5 equals 90, or 5x equals 95, and then x would be 119. But the question asks us to find the measure of angle TQM, and so I'm going to plug that in here. 2 times 19 is 38. 38 minus 9 should be 29. So I'm going to write that somewhere so that I can say the measure of angle TQM equals 29 degrees. I can double check my answer because if I plug 19 in over here, these two should add up to 90. I'm going to do that. That gives us what? 57 plus 4, which gives us 61. 61 plus 29 is 90. So checks out. Final question asks us to fill in the missing reasons for this proof. They want us to prove that AB is congruent to CD and AD is congruent to BC. And they told us that AD is parallel to BC and AB is parallel to CD. So AD is parallel to BC and AB is parallel to CD. That's given. Okay, I'm going to mark these now. These two are parallel. These two are parallel. Okay, they told us that ADB is congruent to angle CBD. Those are alternate interior angles, so I'm going to say alternate interior angles theorem. Okay, using AD and BC being parallel. And then they also told us that ABD and CDB are congruent, and those are also alternate interior angles, but now using the other two parallel lines. Okay, so alternate interior angles theorem there. DB is congruent to DB. That's the reflexive property. Okay, from there we should see that we have angle side angle. So that's why the two triangles are congruent. And then when we're proving parts congruent in congruent triangles, we use CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Alright, there's the key. Good luck on your finals.